Welcome back to Club Sapphire Merimbula. We've had some technical issues, but we're back online. We've seen the first end go the way of the Tim Thorning Northwest team. This is Junior State Championship. It's fours action, round 3. And we're looking at the team skipped by Tim Thorning, representing the Northwest, all from Gunnedah, up against Sebastian, Jeffery, and a composite side there. I'll give you all those details in just a moment. We'll see the conclusion of this end. As that's happening, I'm going to welcome in once again today my man Rowan Wilson. G'day, Ro.
How you going, mate?
Well, fantastic to have your company. We've only got him for 15 minutes or so. Well, we're going to see what you expect. Some good bowls here, but I also expect, I see, great bowl there.
Good shot.
Also expect to see you giving it to your man Tim Thorning for a few minutes.
Oh yes, Timmy's a good fella. He's a natural talent, that kid. It's going to be seeing it firsthand here and how good he's going. Even the whole Gunnedah team, that's a pretty strong team. So, in credit to the other team too, they've been going pretty handy the last couple of days. Been watching a few of them.
Yeah, lots of good players on display here. Tim Thorning, well, he's looking to get all the way to the back of the rink now. And
yeah, with the respot rule now, it's a bit crucial in these games. And making sure if you're not if you're going to miss, you're not going to lose your bowl, sort of thing. Give yourself a chance.
now we've seen, well, it's a turn through. One down at the tee was the call. So Tim, well, he's chipped the jack across. That has gone out of bounds.
It's a good shot, bit stiff there.
So the call was one down on the tee, and now an opportunity for Sebastian Jeffery.
He was a bit stiff with even that runner, not sort of getting back to his other one to turn that over to the tee. Play that nice weight.
Well, Seb's just a little bit quick here, but it's going to be one shot to Team Jeffery, so it's 1-1 after 2 ends. And these players are pretty quick. We thank you for your support here on the Bowls New South Wales live stream. We had nearly 3 weeks. It was 16 days of broadcast from Cherry Street, and despite the weather, everything went almost flawlessly. But just a couple of little gremlins today.
Oh, it's been incredible for you blokes. Like for going to for your state titles for your 16 days and back it up over the weekend to your platinum pennant. Now it's a credit too. It's back 10 years ago we weren't this lucky. We had to wait till the end of the day's play for all the results to get online to see who won. But now we get to watch it live, and so it's a credit for how it's all going for you all.
Well, and more than that, the results will come through end by end. We've got the players out there, they're putting the scores in for us.
It's good too, like now, these days, you've got all like when we had the pairs final on the triple, or the fours sectional play, they had it all on all the screens inside, so it's good for even just people to come back down to the Bowls Club to watch his play. I guess probably Gunnedah and all the Engadine, the Cabra, they'll probably have it up on their screens too, watching all their juniors play.
Yeah, well, they tell me they'll have it up at Manning Point. So Manning Point was the previous home of Jacob Martin. So clubs have been really good getting involved.
Good shot here.
Well, these Cameron girls have been very impressive.
They've been going pretty good over the last couple of days, and they also went pretty good up at the Open State titles too. They were think one of them were pretty stiff not to get through their section. Good shot there. Making one for them.
So you can see the back of the rink there.
I wish for everyone at home where Timmy could take his hat off and show his hairstyle what he's rocking at the moment. It's probably one of the worst ones I've ever seen in my life. Good starter.
He's a bit of a lair, the young bloke.
Oh yeah, he can back it up too. So. Good shot here. In for number 2 here. Great shot.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure being applied all of a sudden there. Olivia Webster played a couple of cracking bowls. You see weight here. Chance to clear them both out, get the jack into the ditch. So Gunnedah have been very aggressive throughout this competition.
Yeah, they're not leaving anything below stone on turn, that's for sure. But it's, especially the carpets, with them runners, are pretty direct, so it does play a lot of, probably play into their hands a little bit because they can all let them go.
Well, Chelsea's just going to slide past there. Wanted to get that one to get to the back of the rink.
I'll tell you what, I've been impressed with this young fella. We played against him in the men's state finals a few weeks back at Ulladulla. And he's only 14. He's a unit for being 14, and he's a good shot.
Well, he can play too,
Yeah.
and he's
What a
gone
shot.
and sunk the jack and sat right next to it.
He's ended up killing it. Unlucky. It's a good shot, though.
Did slip off the side there. We do see that from time to time. The carpet in these ditches doesn't stop the bowl as quickly as the sand might do at another joint. So,
and that's the thing with playing on the carpet. You sort of got to be mindful of the weight you're playing when it comes to your drives and stuff, where you can get a good result, but your ball can run across the ditch there and end up out of bounds, and so does the jack. So. It's a good shot after a drive.
yeah, Jacob Martin showing his undeniable class there.
Timmy's getting another little armchair ride again this game. Might have undone his liney. His weight looks not too bad.
Well, Sebastian can get a little rub off that. Nearly got back down to the jack. Oh, and just dropped in at the very back of the rink there.
See what he's sort of playing though. He sits one of the bowls, or he trails the jack right through the end of the ditch there. He probably makes 5 there. Got a few back ones. Timmy's just done enough there to count. He likes this one a little bit better.
Just going to hang on to get this bowl, or he gets the jack through the hole.
Great try. Bit stiff there.
Oh, Tim Thorning. Oh, he's stuck with it. But it is only one shot. So 2-1. Team Thorning leading Team Jeffery. Early doors, Timmy's team's had 2 wins. The Jeffery team yet to get on the scoreboard, but it's been a good tight start here.
Yeah, the longer they keep going with him, the longer Timmy's sort of he's going to come out and start playing some big ones. So hopefully they can get off to a good start. Their front, the Jeffrey's front couple, they get a few bowls closed in there for him and gives them a chance. Good start there.
Yeah, both the Camerons have been very impressive. Charli and Ella, they're looking very likely competitors.
He's underdone that last one, but his first one was pretty good. Gives him a good start for the end. It's good. Makes it a better one now for him.
Better looking line here. Chance to finish in a good home.
Oh, it's good now. If he gets down to the...
Around the back's important.
Yeah, especially with the respot, so gives them a chance. Makes Timmy and them think about their weight now. It's a good shot there. Even though he didn't get the shot, he's still got another second in there. Gives him a chance for the next couple. It's not a bad home there either. Splits them back ones up.
There's good confident stuff here from Tim Thorning and Gunnedah. Swing around that, get down and get the bowl. Oh, pointed a couple through.
It's a tricky one here for Timmy. What way he's going to play, because he's caught it himself. If he gets a little bit off the shot bowl, he sort of takes his own one out too. So if he doesn't have third, it'd be interesting to see what way he just backs himself or he's going to get it out clean. So.
Well, Chelsea's parked a pretty good second in there now.
It's one of these hands on the backhand though. we played along this pennant season, and if you get out too wide, it's hard to sort of get back. But then if you do pinch it, you do sort of get nothing for it. It does take away pretty quick. So you got to play pretty good line on that backhand with weight.
So we'll see what Tim Thorning's option is here. He's pretty direct.
Tapers there. It's hard weight on that hand for him. If anyone's going to do it, the bloke on the mat's got it, Jimmy Thorning.
Well, for this bloke on the mat, Sebastian Jeffery.
Be huge for him if he adds another here.
Well, it's going to make it.
Hasn't made it any easier for him.
It's a bit fiddly now.
Be surprised if he doesn't go quicker through that bowl though. Try to take the turn out of it.
Same, blue onto orange onto the jack, perhaps. Yeah.
If he's going to play that, he's caught him on the other end now.
Well, can pop it through on the forehand, but it requires pretty precise weight.
He's close. He's chasing it.
Well, can get off the orange.
It's not a bad shot.
So Chelsea pretty quick, pretty clear with their instructions. Just draw a side toucher here. The only one to avoid is that Tim Thorning bowl, which was on its running surface, but it's going to be 2 shots to Team Jeffery.
Gets a new leader now.
Well, they'd be pleased with that, but big leads won't hold any fear. Tim Thorning was down by a big margin last night in the singles. Cooper Fleedner was, 14-4 in front?
Yeah. Oh, he's just got natural ability and just backs himself. I think he knows, and I think he's sort of he knows now, especially how long he's been playing for. If he just keeps putting the bowls in the right spot, it's gonna happen for him.
Yeah, well, I had the pleasure. I first met him, I reckon, 7 years ago at the Drake's Pride Junior Carnival at Windang, and he was a much shorter Timmy Thorning then. The ears are about the same size. He's grown into his ears.
Yeah, I can't say anything about ears. I haven't got the best hair on me.
Well, they're covered up nicely by the cans here, though, Rowan Wilson. So
I know. I nearly get some internet reception out of them. They're that big.
That's all right. You've got big ears. I've got a big nose. I can smell things before it happens.
Yeah, I can hear things, so definitely.
So, nice start there from the young bloke, Carter Wrightson. Now, I know you've got to get back to work, but feel free to stop around for as long as you want, Ray. But you just tap me on the shoulder when you've got to get going.
I might head in. I've just got to feel a break in, then I'll be back around 2:30.
All right, well, we'll let Rowan Wilson jump out. I'll stay with you, all viewers. So it's lovely to have your company wherever you're watching, around Australia or around the world. And now, let's see, well, Olivia Webster, she's been looking prominent last end going in this direction. A little bit quick there. Cameron. She hangs about. She'll grab that shot back, but Olivia now. Well, probably a good adjustment for speed. Line was just under. Holding one though, the Sebastian Jeffery team. Great to have plenty of mates on. We know that Chelsea Renouf has got a few fans. Gary Pauly watching from the Oaks. Dave's watching from a chilly South Africa. Chelsea just goes sliding through the hole there. Dave saying great bowling and enjoying the streaming and commentary. The standard is impressive. I'm sure you mean the bowls, mate, but we're having a good time here. And Karen watching from Warialda and saying go Gunnedah. So plenty of Gunnedah fans jumping on the stream. We did have a little issue before, so thank you for coming back to us. And Sophia Gambrel saying, come on, Chelsea. Well, she's been good so far. Chelsea Renouf. Perhaps just overcorrected slightly. And Jacob, he's been very impressive. Gets a little straightener off that front bowl. A little fall in for shot. So, one to Gunnedah, one to Jacob Martin. Players having a great old time here. They're chatting with the parents, the spectators, the fans. And Sebastian Jeffery. Let's have a look at his action. First time he's been on the stream so far this week. Well, he had a nice track to draw that, but just a little bit too quick. And for Timmy Thorning, he can get a few results here. Left that one short. Just saying, let's go Sebi. Yes, well, Seb Jeffery from Glenbrook. He said, no, I've pulled it a little bit. He got a little slide, but wasn't going to help Chelsea Renouf. Was on the line in there, as we see Tim. Well, this is uncharacteristic from Tim Thorning. It's two misses and two pretty ordinary ones for a player of his standard. But it's going to be one. To the Gunnedah quartet. And Timmy saying, no, we're going to bring that mat right up, please. Right up. So Tim Thorning putting some pressure on this jack rolling here from Charli. And one feels he wants it near the tee. Tim Thorning got plenty of power. So the players kicking the bowls back from the back of the rink. This has come up a long way. And yeah, good start. And Charli Cameron. Good effort there from Carter. He's showing plenty of fight here. This is a very well credentialed Gunnedah team. Ellie and Charli Cameron, of course, were the Northwest region representatives in the women's pairs at the recent state championships. As Charlie's asking that one to hang about. Well, it's done just that and sat in right behind. It's a fantastic bowl from Charli. Watch here, see. Carter can get in for a little bit of disturbance. Well, he stayed up and he stayed on at the back of the rink. Important. Ella Cameron. Slipping past. Olivia Webster, she's pretty direct here. Gets a good scrape off the front. It's in the argument for second shot. Tim Thorning has switched over. Ella Cameron. Asking for some action on the backhand here. Wants to slip past the white, doesn't want to crash into it. Well, that's disappointing. And for Olivia Webster, just looking for a little bit more paddock, you can see. Chance to go land that shot bowl. She got a little rub off her front. Might have made a couple there. But it's left it a little bit more open. And for Jacob Martin, he feels as though he's a chance of nailing this straight away. Well bowled. That's really good from Jacob Martin. Well, I'll show the back of the rink there. There's not much going on. This composite side. So Chelsea, that was a good track. Just left things short. Tim Thorning now, he's going to say, you trail the jack to the back of the rink there. That's really good for us. Probably holding 2 or 3 here, Gunnedah. Oh. Sebastian Jeffery. Just said, he's off another chance up through the hole there. Slightly too high from Chelsea. She's chipped another one across. It's probably made it a certain 3 now. Argument for a 4th there as well for Gunnedah. So at 3-all, important time here if Gunnedah are going to get a good collect. Tim Thorning, an opportunity to really add some significant pressure. Out in the high line. Looking to beat the last orange of Chelsea Renouf, and will slip inside. I reckon that's going to be good enough for 4. Seb Jeffery will, I like this direct route. Rattle around in there, see what happens. It's not going to make things worse for you. Probably only 3 now, maybe 4. So the call from Tim Thorning was not to get a turn out of Charli. Onto the jack, so the top right maroon bowl. He's just going to slip past there, didn't get that turn. What he's done is he's got another one at the back of the rink. So for Sebastian, Jeffery here, he's going to have to play some just controlled weight up into this head. See if he can get a result. Well, he has. He has got a result. It's going to cut things down at worst and may at best have given him shot. Jacob Martin's taking his time with this. It's having a good look. May see an umpire. Called, and it is. So Sebastian Jeffery gets the result there. And one shot it is to Sebastian Jeffery. 4-3. His team leads. And at the bottom of your page here, you can see the live scores coming in from all the other rinks. The players are using the Bowls Link scoring app to input all the results live, end by end. We've had only a couple of very, very minor issues with that. A few players hadn't logged into Bowls Link before, but they're in now. And now that they're in, the results are going in. And they're loving it. And as you can probably tell, so am I. I keep talking about it every stream. This is the way of the future. It takes a lot of resources off our competition administrators. No scorecards required for this fours competition. Players don't have to come and retrieve them. Nobody's required to do result entry. The players are doing it themselves. And you, our viewers, can follow along live both here on the stream and on the Bowls Link results portal. That's results.bowlslink.com.au, or by downloading the Bowls Now app. There's a live tab for all the matches in this fours competition, and you can see each game as it updates. Charli. Sliding on past, so a little bit loose by her standards. As we say, Olivia just chucked that one out a little bit high. Caleb Briggs, well, he's cheering him on. Jacob Martin, well, he played an absolute genius bowl in the last end, which nearly set things up for a big collect for this Gunnedah team. But Sebastian Jeffery was able to turn the head over and fine shot for the composite side. So a few clubs represented here in the composite: Engadine, Cabra, Picton, and Sebastian Jeffery, who is a Glenbrook Panther. Well, that's a great bowl there. Ella Cameron just tidying things up for Gunnedah. Chelsea Renouf, she's on a good track here if she can get a clear road. It's a good track to get down to the shot bowl. So Jacob Martin, he's going to stroll up holding one. And wanting to give that one a friend, I'd suggest. So a high line here from Chelsea Renouf. Wants this one to finish. Just didn't quite give it sufficient pace to get all the way down to the jack. Well, Jacob Martin, that's an excellent correction. That will be in for 2 shots. Have a look at the replay. This was the bowl of Jacob Martin on the last end. And I reckon Keir O'Shea will be giving this one a fair run in this afternoon's hot shots. It's all the way down, grabs the jack, squeezes it through to the back of the rink. That's some pretty good bowls there from Jacob Martin. That was on the previous end though, so back live. You see it's 2 shots. And Sebastian Jeffery under some pressure again. Looking to get a turn off that. Gets down to the shot. Well, a little fortunate. Up and down now for shot. What it has done is it's forced Tim Thorning to play a high draw. Sebastian Jeffery will favour. That's what he's going to be looking for now. Well, he's turned Tim Thorning up. You can see Jacob Martin saying, "You've got good meter there, Tim." And a play of his ability, I'm backing him. All the way up. Well, it hasn't quite got there. But we're going to see one only to Gunnedah. So seven ends, 4 all. Shots are hard to come by here. And once again, well, you can see there's the players at the back of the rink, but Charli Cameron, she's gone marching up the front. So they've got a plan here, Gunnedah, and they're being made to work hard to get their shots. See on Charli's face there, wasn't so sure she liked that one, letting it go. Clicked her fingers. Short length. Just teasing players there. The first couple of bowls have gone floating past. correction there, though, from Charlie Cameron. And Carter now, well, that's a good correction from him as well. Tied up his weight. Gets to the back of the rink. Direct line here from Ella Cameron. Gets the wrong edge of the jack and gives the shot away. And Olivia's just turned in that Gunnedah bowl, so may have turned the head over again. That's a good effort from Ella. Good here from Olivia Webster. This will be number one. This will be number one with a bullet. Beautifully done. Just flop to the side. We might see some weight here. We've seen plenty of aggression from Gunnedah. Just sliding past. Gunnedah having a couple at the back of the rink there. And Sebastian Jeffery identified that and said, throw one round back, would you? Which has been done, but a little overdone. Jacob Martin loads up again. This one's much closer. Well, let's have a look at that. Show me that hole. It's remarkable. They're only the holes you find when you're not looking for them. I think that bowl needed to suck its guts in to get through there. It was very tight. But what we see once again, one, potentially two shots here. And Tim Thorning, well, he's going to have a run at this too. Well, it's gone wick, wick, wick. And Timmy's saying, well, it's still two down on the respot. So, not the result Tim Thorning was after. And now for Sebastian Jeffery, well, turns that across. Jacob's saying it's three down now. Well, pretty controlled here from Tim Thorning. Being urged to turn down now. He's just thrown it a little bit high. And Chelsea saying, just stay off that jack now, and you're all good. Draw us another one. And this is going to be a good collect here for the Sebastian Jeffery composite team. Cabra Martin there, he's taken one out. And well, if the call was three before, I can't Can't see how it's any fewer than that now. Tape measures will come out for sure. And while it's going on, I'll put the ticker up. You can see what's going on around all the other matches. And 3 shots it is. So 7-4. Some pressure being applied here. So we know that there's 5 section winners going through, 5 sections here in the junior 4s. So the 5 section winners and then 3 next best qualifiers. So in section 4 is the only section where there's 2 game winners. So Josh Orman, who we had on the last stream, and Travis Moran from Warilla, they're playing off for a top spot. We also favour that one of those will get through. So, lovely starter there from Carter Wrightson. In Section 5, the next best qualifier could come down to, well, almost any of the teams. As the results come through, you'll see what's going on. Oh, good bowl there. So Charlie Cameron finding some good touch there. Nice range. And Sebastian Jeffery saying that was a great effort and exactly right. Ella Cameron now. Oh, she's just left that one a fraction short. The fine effort. And yeah, a little bit unlucky there for Olivia. Just sliding through that hole. And for Ella Cameron, does this look better? Or does this look the same? Well, it's almost an identical bowl. They've almost finished. With the striping the same direction, that's very close to a matching bowl. Well, that's pretty similar too there. Chelsea Renouf finds a similar gate. One shot it is currently to Gunnedah. And for Jacob Martin as he approaches the mat. He's just going to be looking to draw this. Sit the maroon bowl that's parked on the centre line there. Or beat the white. Be a good chance of getting a second shot. Well, he's done just that. He's beat both of them. 8-2. Chelsea, important to keep her weight after the last one. Same bowl will get the win. Might be able to pot the jack through the hole or sit with them. Well, she's found that same gap. Feel a bit for Chelsea Renouf after that last bowl. It was a magnificent effort. So, on the changeover, this is the situation. So, Sebastian Jeffery, well, he's got an opportunity to land a couple of bowls here. I'd like to bring you my favourite angle in just a moment. So, Sebastian Jeffery is looking to just flirt around the front. Red and blues there of Gunnedah. There's one to be the other side of the hill. So remarkably, those two Ella Cameron bowls, they are twins. They're just looking perfectly matched. Well, Tim Thorning, disappointed with that. Chance to add on. Leaves the door open here for Sebastian Jeffery. And Sebastian got a bit more purpose on this one. Better track too. They're watching it closely. Chips it across. Well, that's going to work. Great bowl. 3, 4 potentially down was the indication from Caleb Martin. Jacob Martin, sorry. And well, he's asking this one to turn now. Didn't have the pace. And it's going to be a good collect from a great shot. 1, 2, 3 come out. And 3 it is. So, Team Jeffery out to a nice lead. Sebastian's played a couple of big bowls at important times here. He's had a small amount of luck, but that one was good management rather than good luck. Played good weight, got the jack out into the open and to the back of the rink where his composite side had a good collect weighting. So 10-4 big buddy, 9 ends played. These fours contests, well, there's plenty of shots available. And certainly this Gunnedah quartet, they're good enough to get them quickly. But I think Sebastian Jeffery, well, he's got some credits in the bank. Been playing really nicely here. Cool, come on, Charli. Really important that she gets to this jack here, gets up, gets past. Yeah. Timmy happy with that. Olivia Webster. She's had a few really bright ends here, but a couple perhaps that she'd like to have her time over. Now it's Ella Cameron. Well, she's in. That's the call there. See at the back of the rink, Sebastian Jeffery watches on. Well, it was a good draw line getting played here. Olivia Webster, she's got back beautifully. That's really nicely done. It's fallen over. Not quite the shot, but a good second. Has given Ella Cameron a bit of a landing zone though. And Ella Cameron, well, she's just missed it. Other side of the hill would have been really good for her there. Chelsea Renouf now. Well, this is looking very close. Chelsea finds the hole, goes sailing through to the back of the rink. Well, good miss, good areas. Tim Thorning keeping it pretty easy. Just roll, put your nose on it. Well, this is getting down nicely here. Yeah, Jacob Martin, well, not much going on at the back of the rink here for Chelsea Renouf, so I feel she'll just try to draw up. Trail the jacks at the shot bowl. Just left a little bit of weight off. Jacob Martin beats that white bowl now. Gets a turn through that. That's going to be really good. Well, he slid just through. Another good catcher there. You can see what's going on at the back of the rink. Jack sitting tucked in behind the dark blue bowl. It's parked next to the maroon. At the back of the rink, a few catches. And most of those catches belong to Gunnedah. The lone Chelsea Renouf bowl at the back of the rinks makes this another tricky shot here for Sab Jeffery. Well, I said it made it difficult. Doesn't make it impossible though. Well, it's a great response. Cuts it down to one. So the call was, if you get it to me at the back of the rink, just pop that jack back. Could make two or three. Tim Thorning urging that one to hurry. Well, for Sebastian, doesn't really have anything going for him at the back of the rink. He's got one, which is the very back. But lots of potential danger. Hard to get this one out. So might be opting to get another one back there. Well, he gets the edge. That's really well played. That's remarkable. He's turned that over and made shot. Made 2 was the indication from Chelsea Renouf. I think Jacob Martin disagrees. It's a clear run to the jack, and there's a lot of bowls for Tim Thorning at the back of the rink here. Yeah, but he's only 1 down. If it was only 1 down, I felt he might have gone a little bit firmer at that. See the team urging it to get up. Well, ripped away. 1 comes out. Chelsea ran off like this for second. And 2 it is. So this is the bowl here from Seb Jeffery. Gets the edge, gets it out perfectly. And a little bit of frustration showing for the first time perhaps on the face of Tim Thorning. 8 down, 5 to play. Huge in the context of this match. Keep those scores coming through to you. Angel, let me know where to send the check. Great commentator, he reckons. Well, I'm being blessed by some fantastic bowls here to call. And it's Sebastian Jeffery who's really delivered. It's been massively impressive. He's faced some pressure, hasn't had necessarily a lot of freedom to play big weight or shots with impunity. For Sebastian Jeffery, it's just been excellent control. Finding a lot of holes, finding a lot of gates, finding the right edges. And he's doing well, so I trust you're enjoying this contest wherever you're watching around Australia or around the world. Nick Hind here with you at Club Sapphire Merimbula. This is the Bowls New South Wales Junior State Championships. It's 4s. It's round 3. Mary's telling us she's watching in Fife. It's 5:35 a.m. She's in Scotland. Mary's with us for so many of our streams. As we say, it's a good bowl there. Olivia Webster, she's just been a bit of a pain for the Gunnedah quartet. Keeps dropping in good bowls at important moments. Oh, that's a good bowl there too, though. Ella Cameron. Now a chance to drop another one on here. Important time you feel for Gunnedah. 8 in 5 ends is very doable for a team of this standard. And Chelsea, she's got one round the back, and that's going to be the very back. That does give Sebastian a few opportunities. Best back is something that he's not had too often in this contest. There's Jacob Martin, well, he slipped past. And Chelsea, well, he's just one to hurry now. Well, a bit of a wall in front here. It's going to make it hard for whichever team nails this jack to have their shot bowl or bowls removed. Jacob Martin wants this one to get down hard now. Well, hasn't quite done it. So as the players cross over, one shot it is to Gunnedah, but not a lot to do for second or third. The white bowl at the back of the rink. The white bowl at the back of the rink, well, that's an Olivia Webster bowl. The orange bowl at the front of the rink is a Chelsea Renouf bowl. So looks to be a hard one to make a number here, and a number looks to be important for Tim Thorning and Gunnedah at this stage. A little jack trail to left of screen. Might get a few more in. Thorning out on a very high line here. Everybody's urging it to get back. Hasn't quite. And for Sebastian Jeffery, well, he's just a little bit firm. You can see what he was looking for. Give himself a chance to pop that shot bowl through. He could have made a couple for himself. So, Jacob Martin having a look at what's second, what's third. So Tim Thorning, he's going to set up backhand. Hopefully he's just going to back himself to try to draw another one. Needs to improve on his last, only a foot. Bit more running required while he's in. Two taken out. And Jacob Martin, well, he's going to try for a third here. As Tim Thorning's come down having a little chat with his troops. Two. So 12-6, 11 played, 4 to go. 6 in 4, oh, that's easier than 8 in 6, a little bit. I'll talk about run rate required, and it's achievable. And the plan from Gunnedah has been, let's try it the other way around. Take the mat right back, and the jack is right up. We're in by maybe only a metre or two. So very close to minimum length here. And Charlie Cameron just dropping a little bit short. Well, we'll see. Here, Carter Wrightson. Time for him to play some big bowls. This short length, the player's focus has been just incredible. Wrightson, only a young fella. And while I've seen him, he's been skylarking plenty between games. His focus once they've stepped onto the green has been impeccable. Well, that's a nice correction there. Charli Cameron. Carter was a fair correction from him as well. Now, Ella Cameron. Really easy delivery. Lots can go right. You get the bowl away as smoothly as she does. This is looking good too. Just wants to go the trip. Now have a look at Olivia Webster here. Now I reckon that her delivery looks very, very similar to Jessica Tell's. Both Cabra players. Well, she didn't like that one. So I'm sorry to Jessie for the comparison, but having seen a fair bit of Jessica Tell in action over the last few weeks at the state championships, and looking at Olivia Webster here, you can see that there's some similarities in their delivery, in their mannerisms, and well, if Jessica Tell's your template, there's plenty worse. There's plenty you could do worse. Well, as soon as I go and give her a rap, this is the commentator's curse. She's perhaps had her loosest end there, Olivia, but she's got some credits on the board here. This has been a really commendable performance so far, and you see Tim Thorning just looking at the back of the rink there. He knows that this is game on. Jacob Martin, he's out on a high line, and at this length there's not a heap of turn there. Oh, Chelsea's on a good track here. She finds her way down to the shot pole, gets off the inside edge. That's beautifully done, Chelsea. As we see attack. Well, that's gone all the way to the back of the rink. And we're going to see a respot. So Jacob Martin does have the best back. And now it's a big change of length here for Chelsea. Drawing all the way to the tee. She's done that magnificently. Well done, Chelsea. Chelsea Renouf. Well, she put the pressure on. It was a great hit from Jacob Martin to put the jack on the tee. And then Chelsea's gone and said, "Nuh-uh. I'm going to get another one in there, please." So beautiful stuff from our players here. And now, well, it's a skips drawing competition, but they've got a lot to get around at the front of the rink. The jacks move from almost the minimum length now to maximum. And Tim Thorning, well, he's on a good track here. He just needs a clear run to the jack. Can get through. Well, Sebastian Jeffery. He's just going to be winning a lot of fans here. Doesn't matter what the length is. Draw, drive. Played with weight. Timmy Thorning, though. Well, come on down, brother. That's a big bowl and a big moment in this match. And, well, there's a lot in the road here. If you're Sebastian Jeffery, you'd love to get that out, but with all those bowls at the front of the rink, he must have felt that was a bit hard to get at. Well, he's going to go bump, bump, but it's going to be one shot, and it's a great one from Tim Thorning. Watch this in the end of the running. Comes a swooping in off a big high line, rips down to the jack, and under pressure, 2 down, and 2 could have potentially been just about game down at this point. From 2 down to 1 up, so Tim Thorning back within 5 with 3 to play. Well, one feels as though there's still some twists and turns in this contest, an exciting conclusion. And I wonder, though, if this Gunnedah plan will continue. We saw a really, really short jack the last time. And then Jacob Martin buried it and moved it to the back of the rink. It turned into a skip drawing competition. Tim Thorning won that round, but he only won a single shot. And at this point of the contest, 3 ends to play. They're going to need at least 1 multiple here, the Gunnedah quartet, if they're going to go through undefeated in their section. The other games you can follow along all the scores. I'll be bringing them up at the bottom of the screen here. But you can follow along on the BowlsLink results portal. That's results.bowlslink.com.au, or download the Bowls Now app. The players are scoring these matches live, so no scorecards being used. It's all being live scored by our players using the BowlsLink scoring app. And that just feeds into the ticker at the bottom of the screen. But it also feeds into BowlsLink, and we'll see at the conclusion of this match, all the results will be in. All we've got to do is determine our section winners and next best qualifiers. Good correction coming here. Really good correction coming in here. Well done, Carter Wrightson. And he's playing very nicely. Right. Olivia Webster, I did compare her delivery to that of Jessie Cattell on the last end. And that's a more accurate representation of what Jessie Cattell might be expected to. She's going to drop one just in front, but that'll be number 1. And now Ella Cameron. See, body language was a bit uncertain. Just wanted it to hold. So the changeover, favourites well, not the changeover, as Jacob Martin wanders up there. He has, as he's entitled to, been at the head as the third. Favourite could be 2 shots here to the Sebastian Jeffery composite side. As Chelsea Renouf, well, if she can park another one on here, that's going to put some pressure on Tim Thorning and Gunnedah. Well, Chelsea's close, gets a little kiss, has landed jack high, and Gunnedah have best at the back. But at this stage, just arriving weight called from Tim Thorning. Wants that to get to the back of the rink now and cover the tee. Hasn't quite done so. Chelsea would love a little touch on this. Turn that jack around the corner. Hide it away. Well, Tim Thorning and Sebastian Jeffery now. We'll see what they can do for us. That's the situation at the back of the rink. So the maroon bowl at the back is a Gunnedah. Sebastian Jeffery, this will pile on some pressure now. Could potentially be a few more. Tim Thorning, what's he going to do here? He's going to back himself. Trying to draw this. That's going to cut. That's going to disappear. Lovely wait for a draw, but that line wasn't so forgiving. And for Seb Jeffery, well, his team hasn't had a win yet in sectional play. They might be well on their way to one now. That could be 3, that could be 4. Superb bowling there. 3 have been taken out, and 3 it is. So, with 2 ends to play, 8 shots is the margin. Can Gunnedah, can Tim Thorning pull something out of his bucket hat? And there is the Tim Thorning bucket hat. Can he pull something out of that? That's been covering the Tim Thorning head of hair, which, as you've heard from a few of us, has not been receiving rave reviews. But I can't particularly talk about haircuts. My barber retired, potentially because of me. So both the leads just missing their length there. of short ones, not at the opportune time here. One feels as though Tim Thorning and Gunnedah, they'll have a plan to pick up a number. Got to be finishing past, and with the respot in play, finishing past and covering that tee is vital. Give yourself a chance to get the win. Well, that's another one short. Opportunities are building. Sebastian, Jeffery, his team have been front runners the entire match. And this is Ella Cameron. She's drawn a good second. Pressure, pressure, pressure. With the finish line in sight. Olivia Webster. Oh, she's got one to the back of the rink. That's massive. That claims the tee. Well, that's a good 3 now. Gunnedah need to go a 4 and a 4 for a draw. Well, Chelsea Renouf, she's got some runs on the board today. Look at this. Well, that's going to make it really hard. You feel as though Jacob Martin's going to have to play a pretty similar sort of bowl. Look to pluck that orange one out of the pack of 4. Well, playing it the other way. Well, Tim Thorning might have nasty intentions at the back of the rink, but that one's missed the tee as well. At times you feel as though these really good players, they're playing chess while the commentators are playing checkers, but at Chelsea, that's number 1. And this might force a change of strategy here. Yeah, looking to dig that out. So being asked, how quick do I go? Do I reach the ditch? He's probably not giving it quite the weight that was requested. And that one just slid. Didn't quite make the ditch, but did go out of bounds at the back of the rink. So, well, what's Tim Thorning got up his sleeve here? How many rabbits? And what's Sebastian Jeffery got? Let's not take anything away from him. He's played magnificently here. He's stolen a few ends from really tough positions and has picked up counters at important times. Well, that's short, but that might be a real nuisance in terms of any power being played from Tim Thorning. We've seen Timmy's got plenty of it. But for Sebastian Jeffery, well, he'll be very pleased with himself, and who knows, this might even be enough to bring him back into contention as the next best qualifier. And Tim played a beautiful bowl there. I reckon he's got second shot. Let's give it a little shelf though for Sebastian to work off. Nice bit of speed once again now. Tim Thorning looking around the rinks. Suggests he'd be feeling fairly confident. He's had 2 good wins so far, so I don't think missing out on the post section is a concern at the moment, but winning the section would ensure that they are through. This is close here. Tim Thorning up onto the bowl. Well, he's played an absolute screamer. So one comes out. The tape comes out. I think Chelsea like that for 2. 2 Gunnedah here. They're going to measure the orange Chelsea Renouf bowl first and then see if they can find a couple of Gunnedahs inside it. Very tight here. Three shots it is. Wow. Big, big, big from Tim Thorning. Played an absolute genius bowl to find 3 shots. So they're going to go for plan A. And that's been Matt all the way back. The jack they want right up the top, and I wonder if there's not going to have some tactic to try to find a 5 or a 6 and come back, claim this contest. So, once again, metre or 2 past minimum length. Once again, Charlie Cameron gets us underway. Final end. Gunnedah trailing 15-10. What a start. There's some vocal supporters in the house here this afternoon. All the kids, all the parents, all the volunteers enjoying some great competition across the 2 greens here at Club Sapphire. I trust you're enjoying it too, wherever you're watching around Australia or around the world. Nick Hind is my name. Lovely to be bringing you these pictures. This is the future of our sport, these absolute superstar youngsters. Mandy's saying bowls is ever changing. Well, there's been some great changes, some great innovation. One of the great innovations is the live scoring. The competitors have got their phones out there. They're scoring each and every contest. And, well, Lee Stinson, he's going to jump in for the exciting conclusion. Good afternoon, Lee.
Thanks, Nick. Thanks for having me in. I thought I'd better show my face in the commentary box at some point throughout the course of the event.
Well, it's just some Lee Stinson fans would have thought that you weren't actually here.
I think so. Yeah, no doubt. There's a huge population of those out there, but no, happy to join in and see what happens here. We have had it on in the auditorium at the club and turning the heads every now and then in amongst doing some other work and looking at the results. So it's like Seb's team's done very well throughout the course of this game.
Well, Sebastian Jeffery, yeah, I think he's shown some real ticker here, some real fight. This Gunnedah side have looked to be classy, but Sebastian Jeffery just keeps finding ways to win ends.
Good young guy too, Seb. We had him at our junior camp earlier this year at January, Cabra in January. Yeah, terrific young guy, and certainly one that doesn't mind coming up and saying hello and making that effort to sort of mix in and around with the other players, and probably shows with this team here with 4 players from 4 different clubs that they've combined so well throughout the day to be in front of this, as you say, very classy Gunnedah side.
Well, it's a pretty smart bowl there. Olivia's got all the way around the back. That means Jacob Martin can't play with impunity with his weight. If you're looking to pluck the shot bowl out clean.
What's the standings here in the section, right? What's on the line?
Well, so for Sebastian Jeffery, remarkably, his team is winless so far.
Close to this bowl.
Well, just
gets to the edge of it.
Well, that's beautifully played. And he got
gets
stiff.
a bowl onto the other, kicks his own out and leaves the shot bowl there. So got a little chance. Still got a couple of seconds, but yeah, they were trying to get that bowl out for 3.
Well, needing a 5 for a draw. You feel, though, they had a plus 18 margin and 2 wins coming into this game, Gunnedah, so you feel as though they're likely safe, even with a loss, to be a next best qualifier at worst.
Yeah, Sam Richwell up next door over Annabelle Teague, 12 in front. So live standings, Tim Thorning's team would be 2 wins plus 13, and Sam Rich's team 2 wins plus 10 going into this last end.
Well, this is why the great Lee Stinson's been brought in for the exciting conclusion. He can tell us all the things. Well,
3 seconds now for the Gunnedah team. So Chelsea is trying to get another one thereabouts. Another terrific one of our juniors. Chelsea, she featured at our state rookies just a few months ago at Raymond Terrace, along with the family as
Gary
well.
Pauly.
Yeah, and a mother and father were also competing in that same event. So that was fantastic to see.
So now we've heard from plenty of Chelsea Renouf fans across this competition.
So Tim 5 behind, 1 down, but certainly has second, third and fourth. The 2 tricolour bowls of Ella Cameron and the dual blue of Jacob Martin, all about the area. Just a little sit and stay, Nick.
Well, he's the
Thinks
sort of
he's
player
wide.
who can do it.
He thought he was wide out of the hand. You just see that body language. He's going to get the jack. Well, it does hold on one of the back bowls. I think they're outnumbered to get the 5. Yeah, Jacob indicating they're holding 1. But, yeah, maybe these players probably know the scenario of what's happening next door as well. So they'll be looking around the boards, and no doubt you've spoken about it throughout the day, Nick, but we are utilising the app scoring of the players. So those results are getting in end by end, and you can go back and look at every single end of every game.
Oh, and I can bring it up like this.
Look at that. The scores on the bottom of the screen. Check out your favourite team or player if you're looking along and want to see results, and you can go back through the Bowls Now app and check every single end and how they fared from N1 all the way through to the conclusion. So big thanks to our players if they do listen back to this coverage at any stage for taking the jump with us to utilise the app scoring. A couple little login issues this morning, but once we got underway, a couple ends into the first game, it's been pretty smooth sailing ever since.
Well, Tim Thorning, don't know if there's a 5 available to him here, so it looks as though he's just going to look to draw it.
Yes, try and narrow that margin down. Yeah, and Sam Rich on the mat next door, obviously fully aware he's not playing his bowl yet, waiting to see what Tim does. Tim not quite going to count with that one. The indication was that it was 1 to Gunnedah. The maroon, sort of in at Jack Eye. That's Charli, Cameron's bowl.
Well,
Seb just going to pull up.
so we'll get a final determination from the players. I'm sure one of them will look over and tell us how many it was.
Maybe 15-11. We'll see if we can get that final confirmation.
Well,
so what happens from
I'll
here,
get the
Nick?
final
Obviously, we have our
confirmation.
5 section winners go through, and we have 3 next best runners up will also progress through to the quarterfinals. And how will our viewers at home be able to check that out?
well, if they go to... Oh, geez, you set me up beautifully for this. It was only one, so the match has been completed. One shot it is to the Thorning team for Gunnedah. So you can head to the BowlsLink results portal. That's results.bowlslink.com.au. Check out the results too on the Bowls Now app on your phone. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe all the Bowls New South Wales social media, because we're going to be back with you very, very shortly for the quarterfinals here at the Junior Championship Fours. So, Lee, thank you for dropping in. That was a very exciting conclusion. Great to have your company.
It was. Thanks, Nick. Really enjoyed it. Doing a fantastic job as always, and I hope everyone at home's watching on and with pure pride at these juniors. It's been a sensational event so far, and we've still got a day and a half to go.
Beautiful. Well, thank you, Lee. On behalf of Lee Stinson, on behalf of all the Bowls New South Wales team, my name's Nick Hind. It's been fantastic to have your company, and we look forward to seeing you again very shortly for quarterfinal action here at the Junior Championships in the Fours at Club Sapphire.